with that said, I want to introduce my next set of guests. And we want to talk about kiddie karaoke as our second segment this Changemaker Thursday. So with me is Myra Maloba, the co-founder of Kiddie Karaoke, and Sammy Njuguna, the co-founder as well. No?
No.
No. No. All right, I'm sorry. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves. I'll start with you.
I'm Martha Shiro Anywike from University of Nairobi.
Okay. Sorry, we're going to do the segment on young people and mental health, right, in a changing world. So I have Martha Shiro Wanyoike and Frederick Aguero Ouma. Karibuni tena to the show, guys. Sorry about that confusion, guys. We had prompted for kiddie karaoke before the break, but we shall bring that to you after. So again, just continuing from the discussion that we just had in the previous segment, mental health among young people is a widespread issue with significant consequences if left untreated. And here in studio are two young people focusing on trying to address this. And tell me about how you're actually trying to go about addressing mental health among young people. We can begin with you, Frederick.
Okay, mental health is one of the key problems that we are facing as a nation. And as the youths and the pioneers of the youths, we have always done so much in the university to fight the mental health and to help improve in it. So some of the things we have been doing is like we have been organizing serious events. We have been doing serious campaigns about mental health awareness, and we have been working so hard towards achieving this. One of the key causes of mental health is monotony, and through organizing events like sports, we have always ensured that the monotony is broken, and in that we have always achieved the key issue, addressing the mental health issue.
Sure. Martha, how did you get involved in this subject?
First of all, from the College of Architecture Engineering and some of the courses offered at the college, they are demanding courses.
Yeah.
And with students having to learn from 8 a.m., sometimes to 6 p.m., they get themselves encircled in that routine of having to read now and then. And sometimes people feel like the course is demanding, life is demanding, the cost of living in Nairobi itself is demanding.
Yeah.
So some people opt to end their life, some opt to quit, some opt to do drugs. So as the College of Architecture and Engineering leaders, we decided to have some of the events that actually show students it's not all about books. We can actually focus on your talents. There are people out there who are more interested in your talents. If you can sing, you can sing. If you can model, you can model. And that's what we are going to showcase in our next event, which is Mr. and Miss Kai.
Mr. and Miss
Kai, College of Architecture and Engineering.
Yes. And so you also host then these cultural weeks, and I understand Switch TV actually is partnering with you on one of them.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Go ahead,
So
Frederick.
Mr. and Miss Kai, where Kai stands for College of Architecture and Engineering, it's an event that is going to take place tomorrow.
Okay.
One of the key things that we want to achieve, we want to showcase different cultures that we have as a nation, so that we don't lose our culture. Then also, as a college, we also have different cultures within the College of Architecture and Engineering. For example, if we have the architectures, they have the models, the beautiful models. So all this will be shown tomorrow. So it will be a big event that will keep the students out of bookwork activities so that we can just break the monotony for them.
And where is that event taking place? Is it open to the public? Are there any charges?
Yes, the event is taking place in Taifa Hall, main campus, from 6 p.m. until around 12 a.m. or dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, the event
12 a.m. or dawn. Like there could be another 6 hours of the event. Okay.
Yes. So the event is open to the public, especially the students from University of Nairobi, other colleges, and there are tickets. There are
Okay.
tickets to be bought.
How much are they?
300 for regular people, 500 VIP, 1,000 VVIP, and group tickets at 4 people at 1,000 shillings.
Right. Okay, so with your organization, you're mostly addressing these mental health issues from the perspective of where your environment, right, which is this college. It's a demanding course, demanding schedule. But what are some of the other things that you feel are contributing to your generation and your peers, your colleagues, your classmates, now having to deal with mental health issues? What are some of the other contributing factors?
One of the key contributing factors among the youths as we talk currently is unemployment. You find so many people who are unemployed, of so many people who have lost their jobs. They end up being frustrated, and since the cost of living is too high, this might cause a severe damage to them. So in so doing, we are also working closely with industries. Like for example, yesterday we signed a deal with Kentraco. Right now we are working with Switch TV. This will help reduce the gap between the students and the industry. And once this is done, we are sure that we are going to provide internship opportunities
Okay.
to some of our students through this. So it will help address unemployment and some of the
So you're
issues affecting the
anticipating
youth.
that a lot of these students are looking at the employment market, seeing that a lot of people are losing jobs, seeing how difficult it is to get a formal job in this country, and you're trying to anticipate that issue by setting up this internship program.
Yeah, and
Okay.
by having that event and people having to, if they attend the event, we will expose our students to the outside world. If someone can model, some company like Nivea or other company may be interested in that person. And by doing that through a simple event in the college, you might actually be helping a certain girl or a certain young man
Okay.
secure a job.
So have you been able to reach out to those companies and get them on board, or how is that even when you're planning the event?
Some, and some are requesting to cover our event. Some media
Okay.
companies are covering our event. So
Okay.
we also will do photography and videos for the event, which will share them with the public.
And I like what you said, that it's not always all about books, which is so contrary to everything that we've been
Yeah.
taught about. And so there's this fashion show, of course, and your cultural week. But what are some of the other ways that you're encouraging your students as you do your awareness programs and your sensitization campaigns? What are some of those things that you're urging them to get involved with? Because as I was talking with my guest in the first hour, we're hearing about how peer pressure is such a big deal, even in high school. And through some of these extra activities, there's almost like a window for peer pressure as well to come in, and we're finding people abusing drugs and alcohol. So how are you sort of sensitizing your members, the people you're working with, about how much that peer pressure matters and how much that the right company and the right activities also matter?
We have always advised most of our students to get in touch with the right company, to be in good company, and to identify good friends who are not going to mislead them, because peer pressure is also one of the key causes of mental illness. Yeah.
Okay.
We
What would you
also-
add to that?
The good thing about being in Nairobi is you can see life as it is. Sometimes you don't have to use a far-fetched example to tell people how drug abuse has caused this and this. Sometimes it can be a classmate, sometimes it can be someone they actually know, and how that thing has influenced their life. Like if people suffer from depression, they do drugs, suffer from depression, they quit school, or they are discontinued from school, that is your classmate. You observed going through that.
Yeah.
So when giving these talks, you don't have to far-fetch the examples.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
actually someone they
It's
can
very
relate
real.
to, and someone they actually know.
Great. Well, once again, I've been talking to Frederick Ouma. We had baptized you guys with different names earlier. Apologies for that. But Frederick Ouma and Martha Shiro Wanyoike. And they again have the Mr. and Miss Kai
Yep.
coming up tomorrow. Taifa Hall charges only 300 bob, and you guys can come out and support this cause. Thank you guys for being here today. All the best tomorrow as you run your event and all your other different programs.
Thank you.
All right, guys, with that said, now we're going to get into kiddie karaoke. And I believe the right guests are here now for that. Asanteni sana, though, for being a part of the show. Stay tuned for that coming up shortly.